The heat races have officially concluded from Bowman Gray Stadium, and Chase Elliott, Chris Buescher, Denny Hamlin, and Tyler Reddick have won all 4 of the heat races. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. I just got done watching the heat races from the Cookout Clash at Bowman Gray Stadium. We got quite a bit to talk about from the races. Let's go and talk about it. Let's begin by talking about heat number 1. Chase Elliott, who had the fastest time overall in practice, would start on the pole with, I believe, Brad Keselowski on the outside. Chase Elliott would get a really strong lead and take the lead in the first couple laps of heat number 1, and then carnage started happening. A ton of contact started happening between guys like Noah Gragson and Kyle Busch and Justin Haley and Austin Dillon. The first caution, though, would come out for Austin Dillon, who would end up spinning down the backstretch. We get to the restart, 4 laps in, because remember, they were not counting caution laps. More carnage would start happening. Chase Elliott got another really strong restart and was able to clear for the lead. And then we started seeing a ton of contact between Noah Gragson and Justin Haley. And then Justin Haley and Kyle Busch just kept running into each other, where Justin Haley was just running completely into the back bumper of Kyle Busch, just kept moving him across the track and never gave him a chance to get off the bumper. And then we saw Josh Berry end up spinning out after contact from Austin Dillon, I believe. And then Kyle Busch got dumped by Justin Haley. Kyle Busch was very frustrated and pissed off about the situation and ran in the back of Justin Haley. Kyle Busch nearly got in trouble for running in the back of Justin Haley as much, and then Kyle Busch was kind of calling out NASCAR on the radio. So then we got to the next restart. Chase Elliott would lead on the inside and I believe Brad Keselowski on the outside, but some guys took the outside like Noah Gragson and Kyle Busch, and it would benefit them because Chase Elliott got another great restart, but Noah Gragson and Kyle Busch were able to move their way inside of the top 5, and Ryan Blaney started struggling and started fading back in the pack. With about 10 laps to go in the heat, Ryan Blaney would end up spinning out. NASCAR, however, would not throw the caution, and Justin Elliott also had some issues as well, but they would not throw the caution for both of those guys. They would continue on, and Chase Elliott would have a pretty dominant lead over Brad Keselowski. And coming into the final laps, we would see Ty Dillon try to close after Ryan Blaney got spun there, and Ty Dillon would try everything to close up to Ross Chastain, but it would not be enough for him to get up there. And coming off the corner at the end of heat number 1, Chase Elliott would end up going to victory lane and would transfer, and I believe because he won the first heat, he will start on the pole in tomorrow night's clash at Bowman Gray Stadium. The 5 drivers that have transferred are Chase Elliott, Brad Keselowski, Noah Gragson, Kyle Busch, and Ross Chastain. What a drive by Noah Gragson. Got a great run on the outside and made the move he needed to make to get up there. He'll be starting up there tomorrow. Great job for Gragson to move up front, even though he issued a lot of contact. What a drive from Kyle Busch. He still got it. I didn't think Kyle Busch was going to make it after getting dumped by Justin Haley there at the end. But Kyle Busch really impressed with the speed he showed there at the end. Finishes 4th. Great job for him. And how about Ross Chastain finishing 5th? Started 5th, finished 5th. Good job for Chastain. He's also guaranteed in. And Brad Keselowski too. They struggled in practice. They made that car a lot better, and he gets into the A features. Congratulations to all 5 of those guys of getting in. This means that Ty Dillon, Austin Dillon, Justin Haley, Josh Berry, and Ryan Blaney all will go to the last chance qualifier. However, Ryan Blaney is guaranteed a spot because Joe Logano is advanced to the A feature. So that's heat number 1. Let's go to heat number 2. So at the start of the race, you have Chris Buescher on the inside and Chase Briscoe on the outside, and this we've seen more contact take place. Zane Smith would start up in 4th, nearly get spun out, and it would clip Kyle Larson. Larson nearly got turned by Cody Ware there, and Zane Smith and Kyle Larson started losing a ton of ground. And pretty much at this point, you had Chris Buescher had the lead over Chase Briscoe, and they would try to battle up front near the end of heat number 2. Briscoe was doing everything he could to get up to Buescher. Briscoe's had one of the strongest cars throughout the practice session so far, while Kyle Larson was really struggling and didn't have the pace and speed to keep up. And meanwhile, you had guys like Shane Van Gisbergen and Bubba Wallace who were being aggressive and moving their way up to the front. They would charge their way inside of the top 5 and stay up there. And Chris Buescher, while Briscoe tried everything to get there, he wouldn't have enough time to get to Chris Buescher, and Chris Buescher would come off the corner and win heat number 2. So Chris Buescher won the heat. Chase Briscoe finishes 2nd, is guaranteed, and that 19 car is going to be one of the forces to be reckoned with. Very strong this week and one of the fastest cars throughout the practice session. I think he had a better car than Buescher at the end, and I really thought he was going to get there, but he's got a car that definitely can win tomorrow night. He'll be starting around 5th or 6th in the race. Shane Van Gisbergen in 3rd. I've been impressed at SVG. He had one of the best cars in the late session of practice. I could see him being a sleeper pick to win the race tomorrow. That 88 car looks really strong, super, super competitive, and SVG's been impressing me this weekend like he's done a lot of times in the Xfinity Series. For him to make the A-Main, he's doing a lot better than I thought he was going to do. He'll be making the A-Main regardless. Great job from Shane Van Gisbergen. Bubba Wallace qualifies 4th. Great speed from the 23 team. They qualified up front, they stayed up front, and they get a top 5 finish. Fantastic run for Bubba Wallace to advance. And Daniel Suarez, who's got pressure this year. He's in a contract year with this team. He needs to really perform. That's a great start. All 3 Trackhouse cars pretty much advanced. Great job for Suarez. He'll go into the A-Main. That means that Zane Smith, Eric Jones, Kyle Larson, Cody Ware, and Garrett Smithley will all go to the last chance qualifier. Kyle Larson not making it, very surprising. That car has struggled since the first round of practice. That car just has had no speed whatsoever, and they're going to have a lot of work to do if that number 5 car is going to make it, because Ryan Blaney gets the provisional at the moment right now. So Kyle Larson really needs to step it up. Otherwise, there's a good chance he'll not make it, which is really surprising. They just have not had the speed since the later stages of practice. Now let's move on to heat number 3. Heat number 3 was pretty much straightforward. Denny Hamlin would start on the pole, and Joey Logano would start on the outside. There would be some contact early between Joey Logano and William Byron, and there would be some contact between, I believe, Ty Gibbs and Alex Bowman a little bit near the middle portion, but pretty much heat number 3 was straightforward. Denny Hamlin would lead every single lap and would come off the corner and win heat number 3 in complete dominant fashion. So Denny Hamlin won. Joey Logano finished 2nd. Logano is guaranteed a spot no matter what. Logano's showing some pretty solid speed. He's trying to continue the tradition of winning first events at the track. Great job for Logano to finish in 2nd. William Byron, fast car, finishes 3rd. Stayed in 3rd, tried to get up to Logano, couldn't get by him, but finishes 3rd. Great job for him. Carson Nosbar finished 4th. Not as aggressive as I thought he was going to be, but honestly, not being aggressive isn't a bad thing. Great job from Hocevar. He'll be starting up inside the top 20 tomorrow. Great job for him. Very impressed. I think he's going to have a breakout season this year. Really good speed from him. And Alex Bowman finishes 5th. Lost a spot there to Carson Hocevar, but did a really good job. The 48 team looking to be strong this year. Alex Bowman holds off the guys behind him. So this means that the 5 guys that will be going to the feature are the last chance qualifier are Ty Gibbs, Riley Herbst, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Burt Myers, and Tim Brown. If Burt Myers and Tim Brown don't make the A-Main or the feature, it is what it is. It's still really cool to see those 2 get the chance and opportunity. I'm actually really impressed to see him. Amerivent actually showing some really good speed and actually having a pretty compatible car. Burt actually showed some stuff out there today, just not enough speed to get in there. Ty Gibbs not making it surprising considering he looked really strong in practice earlier today. He's going to have some work to do in the race. I think he has a really good chance of making it though because he's one of the strongest cars that did not make the feature. He'll be starting in 6th, and Riley Herbst was catching Ty Gibbs there at the end, just ran out of time. And now, let's finally go to heat number 4. So you had Tyler Reddick lead the field on the inside and Christopher Bell on the outside, and Tyler Reddick got a great start and was able to take the race lead, with Christopher Bell getting hit a little bit by, I believe, Austin Cindric, and Cindric tried to get around Bell, but didn't have anything to do with it. And this is where all the chaos started in heat number 4. Ryan Preece basically was starting to battle really, really hard with the guys in front of him, like Todd Gillen, and of course, Cole Custer and John Hunter Nemechek. And then we saw the first incident, I believe, 10 laps into the race when AJ Allmendinger and Cole Custer were getting into it. Custer actually was in right now in the A feature, but Allmendinger would get put in the outside wall after pretty much just ending up straight up walling him into the outside wall. I don't know what AJ was doing there. That was completely AJ Allmendinger's fault. Just forced him hard into the outside wall. And I think that's a really bad move on AJ's part. He'll be starting in the back tomorrow in the last chance qualifier because of the damage he got. And Cole Custer's chance would come to an end. And then John Hunter Nemechek and Ryan Preece. So John Hunter got straight up into the back of Ryan Preece a little bit, got his rear tires jacked up a tiny bit, but that's hard, good racing. And then John Hunter would get sent in the Narnia and sent into the outside wall with a ton of damage on the back of the car, bringing out, I believe, the final caution of the heat. And John Hunter seemed to be a little bit frustrated with Ryan Preece, but Ryan Preece already had a bad day, especially from the modified race that happened earlier today. So you can kind of understand why I think that Ryan Preece was a little bit frustrated. But then after that, it all calmed down. Tyler Reddick would get a fantastic lead. That 45 car looked really, really strong in heat number 4 and started pulling away from Christopher Bell. Bell would have a hard charge from Ryan Preece at the end. Ryan Preece would choose the outside on the next restart and made a really, really good run to the outside, but couldn't get by Christopher Bell. And in the final couple laps, Tyler Reddick would pull away and cruise the victory. And coming off the corner, Tyler Reddick would go on to win heat number 4. So talk about the top 5 that made it and talk about the ones that will go to the last chance qualifier. So Tyler Reddick wins. Christopher Bell finishes second. Bell struggled on the longer run. It seems like that 20 car doesn't have the long run speed, unfortunately, but the short run speed is there for Christopher Bell. He will go into the feature. He finished in second. Ryan Preece finished third. This is Ryan Preece's chance to really make it this time. I think he's got a good opportunity to win the race tomorrow. That car looked really good, especially on the long run. I like the speed of the 60. He got in some people, sure, but really liked the speed he showed. He finished in third. Austin Cindric finished fourth. That 2 car looked really good in practice. I think Cindric, who could be in a make or break here with Penske, really liked the speed he showed. He'll be starting in fourth and finishes fourth. And then Todd Gillen gets the last transfer spot and finishes a fifth in the 34 car. So that means that Michael McDowell, AJ Allmendinger, John Hunter Nemechek, Cole Custer will all have to go to the last chance qualifier. So you got some pretty notable names in that last chance qualifier, like Ryan Blaney and Kyle Larson are probably the 2 favorites to make it from that if Blaney decides to pursue it. And then you got Ty Gibbs, who's going to be in that. That's going to be really crazy. A race with guys like Michael McDowell, Riley Herbst as well. I think the heat races, though, getting to that real quick, I thought the heat races, honestly, were really entertaining. Heat number 1 was a little bit of a cluster F, let's be real and honest here, but I did enjoy, for the most part, when they weren't wrecking. I thought the racing itself was really good, but driving etiquette ain't going to be a thing. And in heat number 2, some chaos for sure, but definitely really calm. Heat number 3, straightforward, decent race in my opinion. And in heat number 4, we saw some more chaos with some really, really good racing. Overall, I thought the heat race, I'll probably give them probably about an 8.5 out of 10. I thought they definitely were really, really good. Going into tomorrow night's feature, I think we're going to see a lot of chaos. If tonight's heat races were any indicator, I think it's going to be like how Bowman Gray a lot of times is. Bowman Gray is a track we know that's known for a lot of chaos, and I think we're going to see a ton of chaos in the race tomorrow night. So congratulations to the 4 drivers that won: Chase Elliott, Tyler Reddick, Denny Hamlin, Chris Buescher on winning. And congratulations to people like Bubba Walsh, Shane Van Gisbergen, and Kyle Busch on advancing to the A feature. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about all this stuff, and I think it's going to be a very exciting race at Bowman Gray tomorrow night. So that is going to be it for the race review of the heat races from the Bowman Gray Stadium. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me through Facebook and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. List description below that, and comment below your thoughts below on today's episode. What are thoughts on the heat races? Let me know below. Congratulations to the 4 drivers who went to victory lane in the heat. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Tomorrow morning on the channel, you're going to see the updated 2025 NASCAR Xfinity Series driver lineup. And then later in the evening, you're going to see the race review for the Clash at Bowman Gray. And then on Monday, you're not only going to get 1, but 2 news videos dropping on the channel. Most likely Tuesday, the same thing as well. And there's going to be a lot of content dropping on the channel as we get closer to the Daytona 500 as well. We're going to have content on people like Haley Deegan, Carl Edwards, Kurt Busch, Shane Van Gisbergen, Junior Motorsports, Connor Zillich, Sam Mayer, Sheldon Creed, Eric Almirola, all the good stuff. Riley Herbst as well, of course. Other big names in the field. We'll be talking about all that, like Cletus McFarland, Matt Benedetto as well. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.